What's up, guys? This is a couples review, and we are here to review Married at First Sight, episode 10.
Season 11.
Karen.
Karen.
Karen and Miles.
Karen and Karen.
Right.
Miles isn't making no decisions.
About Karen.
And like I said before, she is
a
true Karen to the heart of it, to the actual definition of a Karen. She does it. And okay, I'm gonna tell you how.
We know last episode she got upset because he wrote the thing on the calendar about them having sex, having a sex date, quote unquote,
in a playful way, mind you.
Let me also say, I feel like, okay, because my mind is everywhere. She comes back home because she hadn't been home all night.
And
so apparently she left and never came back.
Didn't say nothing to Miles, didn't text, didn't say, hey, I'm gonna just kick it at the house. I'm a little bit upset or anything. She just didn't show up, didn't call. Got my man Miles worried to death.
He's like, she know how, my anxiety and my depression is. It's not fun. That's not funny, but it's just like, she just doesn't care.
No, she doesn't care. And I think she might have had like some ulterior motive for her to not like text or to call. She put herself in a position where she didn't want to talk. And it was because I think she was doing something else.
She said she was in bed thinking about it all night, mad all night.
She was texting her ex all night, mad that he wasn't responding the way that she wanted to. Like, I only got a night.
So Karen basically just tells Miles, she didn't like what he said and that she felt unsafe.
We just kissed, for the first time a few days ago. And I know for me, in that moment, like I felt unsafe.
Unsafe. Like I said before, unsafe is huge.
I thought that was the wrong word, and I thought it was irresponsible of her to say that, because let me say, people have the right to feel how they feel, but her actions afterward let me know that she didn't necessarily mean unsafe. She meant disappointed and disrespectful. What he did made her feel disrespected. That's what she meant. But she said unsafe. Now, one thing is that first off, he would have never did that if the last episode she didn't first, because she brought this up first. What do you want us to do? Put it on a calendar of when we're gonna have sex? Then that's when he made that joke. Like,
really? See, I missed that part. Yeah. Oh wow! So she actually
and he went forward like, you know what? Yeah,
let's put it on the calendar.
And then she said, no, right? Giving yourself a hand job.
Cool. Then let that be the joke and it be over with.
That didn't sound like somebody who felt unsafe, because you the one who implied that.
Right.
He went along with it. He took it further, which of course it was a bad joke, but it wasn't all of that. And she said he felt unsafe. And then I'm also thinking he's a teacher. So why would you use the word unsafe, which implies so many other horrible DV and the R word type of things?
No, that was just the worst. She should really be ashamed of herself, and really the way she's acting throughout all of this really is just very disappointing, and is making her extremely unattractive.
Yes. Coming from someone who says they felt unsafe, she then turns around and rewards him and says,
in the spirit of forgiving and being more attentive to each other's needs, I'm willing to get a little bit closer. Hey,
chills right there.
He probably got so many feelings right now.
I'm keeping them all right here.
First off, you just said you felt unsafe. So why do you feel comfortable to then flirt again in a sexual way because you did your fingertips on his arm and gave a little seductive type of playful look, and then says you about to burst. I bet you basically love that, but you just said you felt unsafe. And I feel like someone who feels unsafe or in harm's way wouldn't even feel comfortable to play that way.
No, I feel like she's manipulating Miles.
She's definitely
and Miles
manipulative.
really needs to stand up for himself and really let her know, I understand that you may be upset about what I did, and I apologize about how you feel about that and whatnot. However, what you did was realistically a deal breaker for me.
And he didn't say that.
That's a deal breaker for me.
He apologized and that was it, but I wish he would have apologized, but then also say what he didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say that.
No, and I think Karen really needs that because she really needs somebody to say, to kind of put her to at least just kind of, be the man in the relationship at least.
Regardless of what she needs at this point, I think he should have said that to look out for himself because we don't know what she needs. She says what she needs, but if he does anything that kind of is close to what she's saying in terms of him taking control, if it's not what she likes, she's offended. So basically, she wants him to take control in the way that she likes. She wants him to do everything that she likes. Because if he takes control and she doesn't like it, then it's still an issue.
Yeah, but that's impossible. That's impossible because he can't read her mind. Yeah. And she's the mixed message queen of this whole entire season. I mean, she contradicts herself almost every single turn.
Yes. And I hate how he acted so giddy when she said, look at you, you about to burst. I'm like, oh my God.
Didn't I say I was either going to like him or not like him?
You're making it seem like she's got you wrapped around her fingers.
Absolutely.
And I don't know why.
And it's not, and he's never going to be happy with that. And she won't be either. No. She won't be either.
She's playing a mean game. For real.
Yeah.
So the couples go and play bocce ball. So they go with Amelia and Bennett. And I thought that was a good cut. Like they need to be around that positive energy, especially Karen, because I feel like Miles, like he's already pretty upbeat, but Karen is so not like that. She needed a little bit of that energy to rub off on her. Because Amelia and Bennett will keep the energy.
Yeah, and I think they did, and I think that kind of made Karen a little bit more comfortable. Exactly. It's so funny how she went from feeling unsafe and not being there, and not coming back that night to almost acting as if it never happened to begin with.
That's exactly right. That is my point. It doesn't make any sense. So you used the wrong word. I believe she did feel some type of way, but you need to watch your words because, like I told you, Miles is a teacher. So you need to make sure that you're saying the right thing. Unsafe, you didn't feel unsafe. You felt some way, but unsafe wasn't the word.
This is how people get locked up, because she'll call the police and be like, I feel unsafe. He said he was going to take me on the 23rd and I'm not ready. This is terrible. Terrible.
So Bennett says the winner gets a kiss wherever they want. And of course, Karen's like, I'm not used to PDA, and so she feels a little weird, but whatever. I don't care what she feels anymore. So Miles, he wins like the first round or whatever. So Karen has to kiss him. The first kiss. Karen covers his eyes to kiss him on his forehead. I felt like that was so childish. Like, why did that happen? She wants to seem so mature, but
you just don't see it.
Why did she cover his eyes?
I don't really know, probably because of how Miles be. Probably because of how Miles be, probably looking up at him with those little stupid little puppy eyes. And she was like, I can't look at this. Yeah, like, let me just kiss you on the forehead without you giving me them little goofy looks. Right. And that's probably why she did it. It was
almost like putting a bag over his
head. Well, I mean, she said that she was attracted to him. I don't know. I just don't see it. You know what? I think she went home and realized that virus was a real thing. and then was like, oh my God, the pool is drying up quick. Let me hurry up and go back over there before he gets mad at me. Luckily, he wasn't mad. But she still gets annoyed at, some of his little antics.
Then Miles wins again and he gets a second kiss and he kisses her on the nose, and then she jokes and said, Wait, that's all?
Right, but I was just unsafe. So if I decided to kiss you on the lips, instead to be playful, that might just be the end of this show. Like everybody's getting sued.
Even though she was joking, why would you even joke like you wanted more when you just felt unsafe?
Because she's a prude who don't want to be. She don't want to be this way, but she is. She can't help it. She can't help it. Miles doesn't help. Miles doesn't help because Miles does a lot of these little goofy and wrong things when it comes to how to assert yourself in a relationship. However, maybe Karen is just a little bit too hard. Maybe she's just a little too hard for him.
I think so.
And she needs somebody that's got Thug Life tattooed on the stomach.
Yep, exactly. I think you're right. I did he gave us a little bit of, control when he won for a third time and she had to give him a kiss. And he was about to bend over and kiss her, but then he stood back up like 90-10 to where she had to come to him.
That's what she needs. That's what she likes. She was probably like, oh, you have some of that? You got a little swagger to you? A little player. No. That was the first time he did, and that looked good for them.
Yep, I agree,
if he can continue that energy, then
please.
Then I could see things going in a positive direction.
Yeah.
But Karen is still going to have to change her name and then act, and then soften up her heart a little bit.
Exactly.
Because you're a big boy.
You like to take up a lot of space, so.
I like to snuggle.
And take the cover.
With things, not people.
You like snuggling with me. You just act like you don't.
Yep, I like snuggling with you.
You do.
You see, I try to give you some affirmations.
What, that you do like snuggling with me?
Yeah, did that work?
I didn't know if it was real or not.
Oh, I'm gonna keep trying.
Something's up with her.
I think she's being rude and it's disrespectful.
It's very disrespectful.
Yeah.
And really Miles should really try to protect himself and his heart.
Exactly.
You can't be like, leaving out of this relationship like, oh yeah, this is number 11 or whatever it is, because this really isn't a relationship yet. And yeah.
So Miles goes to get his hair cut with Woody. They go to the barbershop. And Miles tells Woody that Karen would walk out if he said he loved her. Because Miles was telling Woody that he told Amani that he loved her. And Miles was like, if I told Karen that, she would walk out. And Woody's face was like, basically, what? This is ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, he even said it too. He said it a little bit later on, but he said, does she even like it?
Right.
And that's really where it is.
Exactly. He said that after Woody told Miles that Karen didn't come home because she felt pissed by the whole calendar thing. And she didn't call or anything.
Oh, and then I guess he also said that if he said that I really like you, that Karen would just be like, oh, thanks.
Right.
And then Woody's like, that doesn't sound like somebody that likes you, bro. Like maybe you need to chill out.
Woody's facial expressions were everything that we're thinking.
Yeah. And it's the truth. He needs to chill out, pull back. I guarantee if Woody's watching the show right now, he's like probably just got his hand in his face like, bruh.
He looks so confused.
Killing me, G.
He looks so confused.
Do you think she liked you back?
Yes, bro. She does not want to get hurt again. She's really sweet. She's caring. She's fun. And she's someone that I can spend the rest of my life with.
He's just infatuated right now. He really, he's really just trying to, I think he really just wants her to like him. And it's making him feel somewhat inadequate because of that. I think that he feels some kind of way. Does she really like that? I mean, because otherwise, if you're in a situation and you're not that infatuated, then he could easily be like, I don't really think she do, bro. Like, I don't really think she do like me.
Usually you would feel that way with people that you feel like would only come once in a lifetime.
Mm.
And I don't think the more she acts like that, I'm seeing that she's not someone that he can't come across again, like look wise and stuff like that. I think he could come across better eventually.
I believe
that
he
would
absolutely
show
could.
Him that they like him.
I think that he could. I mean, I know he's on this show now, so maybe he felt like he could not and maybe would not be able to.
They want him now because they're like, a lot of women are like, oh, he's so sweet. He's not my cup of tea, but there's a lot of girls who really, really like him and don't see why she's acting like that. Some girls like that. And so he's not going to have trouble finding that if he chooses to not be with her. Anyway, yeah, so they go to couples yoga class. So this is like her way, Karen's way of showing him that she's trying to show more affection. Karen gives him a massage. And then the instructor was like, a way to humble yourself is to massage feet.
She needed that.
The way she looked is how I would look, though. I do not like feet.
Hey.
That's how I'll be looking at your feet.
Humble yourself. Wash my feet like
so
Jesus.
I was annoyed by his constant moaning, though, because I felt like she just said she felt unsafe. So now he's like doing all of these sexual moanings and stuff. I just was it was just, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that in a mixed message sort of way. Mm-hmm. However, they did seem to get along. She seemed to play along. I mean, she had that little bit of, issue with touching her feet. But, just like if we was to be doing the same thing and then you would have probably been like, ah.
I think my issue is that it doesn't match up with the word she used of feeling unsafe. And she did not come home all night because she felt unsafe. Like, if that didn't happen, then I would just be able to look at the good side of this. But because that happened, I'm unable to just focus on the fact that this was good for them, because I feel like it's a game and it's so different from what she just said. It's confusing and it's making me upset.
I almost kind of wonder too if Karen, when she went home, was like, I bet Miles is not even going to be mad at me for this.
I don't know.
I think she would have respected him more for the conflict of not disrespecting this house by not coming back when, I'm supposed to be the one protecting you and you're my wife, et cetera, et cetera. When you don't come home, that is a slap in my face. I'm just say that. I ain't gonna say all men in general, because some might not care. I do. That right there wouldn't have been cool.
You want me to come home every night?
Every single night. And if you don't, then I'm gonna be blowing it up. I'm gonna wait until about 2:30 maybe. I'm gonna be like, where you at? If you don't answer, then I'm sending out the search party.
Who's a part of the search party?
Don't worry about that.
Well, that was Karen and Miles. Do you have anything else to add?
I think that if Karen can get over herself, then I can see how Miles will allow them to progress and won't really harbor a lot. I am unsure still, though. I don't think I really feel like Karen is going to still have this back and forth mixed message sort of thing. But if Karen can continue with the message that she left off with on this episode, then they are in a positive direction. Even though this was a mostly negative review about them, they could be moving in a positive direction here.
And I'm sick of it. Well, thank you guys for listening.
Absolutely. Make
sure you like,
comment,
and subscribe. And remember,
just because you can't see our face,
don't mean we ain't keeping it real.
Bye-bye.
Bye.